Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We love to support young athletes here on the program, and I am thrilled to be joined by two members of the Junior National Luge team. I have Brittany Arndt and Ashley Farquharson. Farquharson. Is that close?
Yeah, you're close.
Did I do it right? You say it properly, please.
Farquharson.
Farquharson. Thank you. I practiced before they come on. Fail. All right, so you guys, I love hearing the stories of how young athletes got involved and passionate about the sport. Brittany, I'm going to start with you because you live now, of course, in Park City, but you moved here in 2010?
Yeah, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And yeah, I moved to Park City because my parents just wanted to change. I think my dad wanted to be a ski bum.
Good for you, Dad. There you go. But I always assume people move out here because they want to start training. You had never done luge?
No, never. I remember seeing it in 2010 Olympics, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Those people are crazy. And then
that made you want to try it.
Yeah, and then not even a year later, I was you know, doing it every weekend.
Isn't that wild? So you watched it on TV, you thought it looked really exciting, you end up moving to a ski town with an Olympic training ground in your backyard, and then you're on the luge track within a year. Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy.
But that's, you know, things work out the way they should, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Ashley, what about you? How did your path bring you here?
My brother actually started it a couple years before I did, and I was so young and I idolized him, so I wanted to try it also. And Brittany and I actually ended up in the same screening camp together.
The same screening camp?
Yeah.
And then it just became a friendship and a bond. Now you're teammates and competitors. So for people who don't necessarily understand the intensity of the luge, Brittany, tell me a little bit about what the track is like and what the training entails.
Well, every track is totally different. There are no two curves that are the same in the whole world. There's 4 North American tracks, and then there's tracks all around Europe. But pretty much, I mean, we're launching ourselves on a sled with metal runners down a track with ice on it. And
so what most people would be like terrified and avoid, you try and go as fast as you possibly can down an icy track on basically a metal platform and steer it practically blind.
Yeah, we ideally would like to be blind because it's more aerodynamic, but you know, you don't start going off the top or you know, our respective starts. When we learn a new track, we start at, you know, lower and we move up gradually.
You build up.
You know, because you're not comfortable when you just start, you know, at your respective start all the time.
Exactly. You're not, I love it. You must have, the craziness must have appealed to you because you said, I would have rather been blindfolded because it's more aerodynamic. Yes. So Brittany, that's a whole nother thing we'll talk to you about. Ashley, for you going down and starting the training process, what is like a typical training day, you know, when you are approaching the start of a season? Because I know you're coming out of the season right now. When you kicked it off, what was a day like for you?
You know, the start of the season's always crazy. A lot of people have new equipment, and you know, you might start from lower or go a little slower, just like figure out your sled and get back into your groove. And you know, you're still working on all of those things that you've been trying to build up over the summer. So we work a lot on our starts, and so a lot of the focus is there. And you know, you're just trying to get back into the best position you could possibly have before the competitive season starts. Before the numbers really start to count, right?
So I'll say some of your best ever results. Brittany, you were the 2016-17 winner of the Calgary Junior World Cup, 2012 the Norton Youth B National Champion, and the 2015 Norton Junior National Champion.
Yeah, and actually the 2016 Junior National Champion.
Oh, well,
so Ashley took the crown from me this year.
Did she really?
I actually didn't compete. I was out for an injury. But yeah, so Ashley raced and she won. So we had like a little thing. I passed the crown over, you know.
That's fantastic. So we have the national champion here, and then we passed the crown right over to your teammate. Now you had a bronze medal in the 2015 Norton National Championship, gold medalist in the 2013 Norton Youth B seeding race, and then got the crown from your teammate. What a fantastic way to do it. So when I talk to young athletes, I always think no matter what sport you're in, it's always so inspirational to meet young adults that are clearly passionate about what they're doing and are dedicating a substantial amount of their time to their training and their focus. I can't imagine what I don't know if you consider it a sacrifice because you're doing what you love, but things that you are not prioritizing and not able to focus on. What are some of the advice you might give other young people that want to follow one of their own passions, whatever it may be?
I would just say that, you know, you have to stick to it. You can't just put in a couple hours here and a couple hours there. If you really want it, you have to put in the work and it will come to you. Like, people say like hard work pays off, but I say that hard work pays off eventually, because it's not going to come right away. You have to keep working and like keep achieving, and you'll see results. It's not going to be immediate, but you'll see them.
I love that. There's a consistency factor.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, especially with young people, it's that instant gratification. Well, if I work really hard today, why don't I see it tomorrow?
Yeah.
So I love that. Hard work pays off eventually. I like that. Brittany, what about you?
You know, pretty much the same as Ashley. I mean, a lot of people expect to start winning races right away. You know, they start traveling and you race youth World Cups before juniors, before you race seniors. And, you know, they expect to go into their first race winning, but you don't know anything about how it all works yet. You know, you might have been on a sled for 5 years, but this is a whole new step in your career. And I mean, with anything, you're not going to see results right away. You can train as hard as you want, but you're not going to see the results in, you know, the following week.
Right,
you know?
of course.
If you have to work as hard as you can, you know, for, you know, years to start seeing results.
I think that's such a universal message, not just with sports. So what, this season is wrapped up. What are you guys looking forward to for next year?
Our team selections come out on May 1st, so hopefully,
Dun, dun, dun.
so hopefully we'll be out in Lake Placid training all summer and just getting ready for the competitive season. And you know, we're going to work a lot on upper body strength and getting our starts. Well, personally, I'm going to work on my start getting better.
I love that, individual goals.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll both be named on to the summer team, and then we can start looking towards the 2018 maybe, or the 2022 Olympics.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Brittany, it must be so much fun to have a friend that you can go through this experience with. What are you looking forward to?
Pretty much the same thing. You know, I've been a resident at the Olympic Training Center in Lake Placid for about a year now, so I'm going to be going back out there and just training and just working on overall strength, and you know, hoping that going into this following year I can just be at my, you know, at my best.
At your peak, right?
Yeah, and you know, obviously it's a big year for everybody, and it would be awesome to go to the Olympics. And if 5 years ago someone asked me if I was planning on going to the 2018 Olympics, I would say, like, that is a long shot. Absolutely not. You know, I'm so young.
Not necessarily now.
Yeah, and if, you know, I believe if Ashley and I both are on our A games and we work as hard as we can, it's a possibility.
It's definitely a possibility.
I love the confidence, and I love that it really is. Ashley, Brittany, you guys, good luck.
Thank you.
And when you come back as Olympians, please come visit our studio and bring us your medals. We'll take the junior off the national team, and then you'll just be national team members and Olympians. I can see it happening. You guys are fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys so much for being with us here on the Mountain Morning Show. We're going to take a quick break and wrap up Tuesday's episode, tell you everything that's going to be coming up on tomorrow's show, including the return of our own Joe Davis. It's all happening right here on Park City Television.